What up, SNA Assassinators? Sorry that you haven't seen me since last night, but it's just that I was having some very technical difficulties on my computer, and also some very bad connection issues on it, like with my yeah with my little internet that I connected my what's that webcam with, but yeah, I'm back here to talk about Raw today. Like normally I would be doing the wrestling news, but looks like I'm gonna have to cancel that for now until tomorrow. But anyways, we're going to be talking, finishing what happened last night on Monday Night Raw, where Walking Wild almost got the pinfall on McDonough when he hits this moonsault jiggy maneuver. But this is where he gets a kick out. But the LWO manages to knock every single member of the Judgment Day, and they hit a triple dipped suicide or dive. Well, first one it was Walking Wild did the suicide dive when he got tagged in by what's his name, the JD McDonough, and then we saw Cruz del Toro and Dragon Lee then did a double suicide dive onto Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Carlito. But it's where we got Walking Wild thought he had it won, right? Well, he kind of did if it wasn't for Dominic's meddling girlfriend, Liv Morgan, that came and distracted the referee. And then again, Finn Balor just pushed what's the name, Walking Wild brought off the top rope inside back in the ring, crashing down to McDonough's head. And then this is where and yeah, and it was it was none than Finn Balor. And yeah, and he claimed that he was not gonna be making it on last night's Raw, but yet he made an appearance on that night. He claimed that he had some travel issues, which is why he's going to be missing Raw, but it seemed like that was a complete lie. That's where he helped his fellow Irishman out with him hitting the back suplex right after we got a helpless, what's his name, Joaquin Wild. He got the 1-2-3 winner of this match. The Judgment Days, JD McDonough, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and Carlito with Finn Balor coming in the ring with Liv Morgan to do a group hug with them kicking out the LWO. And then this is where, and what else? And we heard that there was a sad passing of a wrestling and baseball legend, which his name was Pete Rose, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I want to give the condolences to this legendary sports personality and athlete. I don't say athlete. I'll say I think it was like some kind of a commentator, I believe. Yeah, I don't know, but he was around like from back in the '90s, and I want to wish all my condolences to him and his family at this very sad and yeah, heartbreaking time, I guess you could say. And let's we got Rhea Ripley coming out to the ring. I mean the arena to interrupt the Judgment Day celebration. This is where she go up to Liv, and she was like, Liv, like, I was with Dom for a very long time before you even have a thought of being with him. And I know all his dirty little secrets. Like, and he was like, and please bring the guys like security or the staff, like bring the shark cage right in front of me. I on the show to the effect, like, and he's like, and then this, and he's like, your secrets are you being so extremely embarrassing, and then when I say extremely, I mean it's extremely when I say it, and it's extremely claustrophobic. Not to mention, like, more than this shark cage. So Bad Blood is Saturday when you're locking this in this shark cage, Dom. You're gonna be crying and soiling yourself, like cleaning yourself up when you're with your brand new merch. Like, you're gonna have the best seat in the house to watch your little girlfriend realize that when she's in there all alone, like, she's not going to, like, when she finally realized that she's not good as Maya. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Like, especially in this time, and this was like, and then you both are gonna watch when I win back my championship. I never lost. and then Liv Morgan's like, "Oh, you think you're gonna beat me for this title that you claim you never lost? Like, well, like you lost to me when you tried to win it right back. Like, so like I don't have no problems doing it again." That's where she was shouting right at her without saying on the microphone. This is where the Rhea Ripley's like stop. He was like, don't interrupt, Liv. Like, I'm not done talking. And then right after she said this is where Damian Priest took care of all two members of the Judgment Day, which was first it was Carlito, then JD McDonough, and then but some throwing Carlito right into the outside, and then he hits a big, devastating forearm right into the face of JD McDonough. This is where the Finn Balor then try to run up and try to attack the what's that I'll say the Archer of Infamy, I guess you could say. That's where he started giving a taste what he's gonna do to them at Bad Blood. This is where we got Rhea Ripley hits a headbutt right on to Liv Morgan. This is where she kicks Dirty Dom right in the midsection, tossed him right into the barricade. This is where then Ripley then picks up the dirty ex-con like up on the stage. This is where she's like, "I'm gonna take you to your special place, like a place that you're gonna come to gonna be locked in, no choice this Saturday." But this is where he hits him face first right into the shark cage. This is where she did it once again, like boom, just repeatedly do. This is where Liv Morgan tried to go for an attack, but she stopped right there, spooked to Liv. This is where it's like, "Oh, like, what are you gonna do about it?" I tried to come closer, see what I don't do. And this is where she started chasing her out of there, but she kind of stopped when she was already in the backstage area. This is where she was like, "You know what? Like, just before he escapes, like I want to do something for him." And this is where then she saw Dirty Dom was about to run, but she kicks him right in the gut right on time for a good meter. This is where she opens up the shark cage. This is where Rhea Ripley's like, "Okay, like you should." This was like, okay, now it's time to get in there. And this is where then Dirty Dom start taking all back. Like, please, give me mercy. And this is where then Rhea Ripley's like, "Oh, like you want to beg for mercy now, huh? Like, yeah, I will be. Oh yeah, well, you'll be begging more of that once you get inside." And this is where she picks him right up. She throws him right into the cage. She was like, "It's too late now. Like you should have think twice." This is where she knew he fully locked him in there until Liv Morgan came out from behind and started of trying to save her man by not getting locked in there and having some traumatic claustrophobic trauma, I guess you could say. I was about to say a traumatic breakdown, but maybe what that a claustrophobic trauma would probably be the better term to use. But yeah, this is where then Liv Morgan started stomping and punching right onto Rhea Ripley's back, but Rhea Ripley kicked her right off of her, pushing her to the back. That's where they start throwing fists at each other, like if it's some kind of what's that called? Wrestling tennis is where Dirty Dominant manages to escape, but this is where it was a triple. This is like a 3-on-1 triple team on the Damian Priest right now. It's where he was getting jumped, but not only to Finn Balor, but his boys Carlito and McDonough. This is where, but luckily for Priest, he flips McDonough and he flings McDonough and what's that Carlito off of him like that certain whale did to the Shield. This is where then we got Finn Balor to try to go for a middle drop kick, but he caught him right up in the air, spine busted him right into the upper right corner side. But at the turnbuckle, this is where he tried to go for a South of Heaven choke slam onto McDonough right after hitting a devastating forearm strike to Carlito because he said he haven't done to him yet. This is where, but Finn Balor intercepted when he was trying to go for a South of Heaven choke slam to his Bray County brother McDonough. This is where then Finn Balor's like, "Ah," and he's like, "I got you right where I want you." And then it's where he missed the buckle drop kick. It's where then that's where we got Damian Priest go for a clothesline onto Carlito, but he ends up getting elbow DDT driver by Finn Balor. This is where then they just start triple teams are holding on to the numbers game with Dirty Dom back in the ring. This is where we got Finn Balor then hits middle drop kick. This is where then we got, and then this is where the Finn Balor then hit 2 coup de grace, like to put in some good measure into him. And then I think they went for third consecutive one. Yeah, I think he did win for a third one, which had me assuming that we will be seeing Priest walk out victorious. I was considering that Finn Balor would be the one that could possibly win unless they go on SmackDown and do something there. Like I just don't think that Finn Balor's gonna be winning. Like unless Damian Priest gets some kind of brawling revenge, I guess you could say this Friday, but they're Raw guys, not SmackDown guys. So that's why I would say they're probably I would say they're probably not going to do any of that. They're just gonna they're just gonna wait until the Saturday, and even if Liv Morgan does beat Ripley, I just cannot see Balor win for this being one of the reasons, and also with Damian Priest trying to get his revenge. But moving on, we got what's his name? Sheamus then was in a little vignette, like his little vignette package promo, I guess you could say, like when him we're talking about his former what's it like what's they called the man that what's it called like the man that used to be his protege, and that is Pete Dunne, which he was formerly known as Butch when they were the Brawling Brutes. But I won't really blame Pete Dunne for not using that name in a way. I mean, I kind of got used to it. Like eventually, I say, like when he started teaming with Sheamus more, like when they were this trios team with Rich Holland, like when it was in the beginning of the Renaissance era. But now it just don't make any sense to continue being known as Butch. Like it's best to be his original name, and that is the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. But yeah, this is where like you start talking about like he knows he's been capable of doing, like with him being just as brutal as he has been. He's like, but he's gonna show how much of a dangerous man that he is. Like, and he call him a little bastard. He's like, if you want to play this rough, huh? Like if you want to have one more match, one final time. Like it'll be you and me. Like so, bring your bat, bring your bring your what's that called? Your cricket bat, bring your shillelagh, bring any of that stuff. Like because like we're gonna sell this final one more time. Like back home and across the pond. Like and this is something that I also created. Like is this my scepter right here? And he was like, there's gonna be a good old fashioned Donnybrook match. That's where then he said while giving a little whisper, I guess you could say, he's like, so what do you say? He's like, Butch. Because I'm gonna make you my Butch, because he never gets enough of that word. I don't understand why he wants to keep using that, even though like from when it was an old management, they wanted to have Pete Dunne be known that, but luckily the new management does not like the name. Who would blame them? Like, yeah, Pete Dunne's more better with that name, no matter what role he's in. Like, what if he's a heel or babyface? Like it's old days in NXT. But anyways. Right, let me know in the comment section right down below who's going to win this Donnybrook match. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's going to be next Monday on Raw. But this is where we got Chad Gable of the American Made was on his way out to the ring because he had Kofi Kingston that he has to fight, which this match was totally good in a way. I'll say probably deserves the blue ribbon of the night, I guess you could say. Like get fourth place spot because the third place goes to Rey Mysterio and Right, Rey Mysterio and Xavier Woods, and second goes to Io Sky and Lyra Valkyria. Number one obviously goes to the last monster standing match. But this is where we got Damage Control send a message to Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill in their next fight. They will break them in half. Well, I'm not sure if that will ever happen, but we're gonna have to wait to see that. Like I was like, if it's not in the beginning of 2025, I don't think that's gonna be happening. And it's not even 2025 yet. Like it's barely the first day of October. So I don't think that they're going to be they're going to be dethroning them anytime soon. Like not soon enough. It could be like tomorrow or next week or even next month. But let's move on. We got you get the match. Like we got Kofi started off with Chad Gable strong on into the offense side. Irish whipping Chad Gable once they got started grappling right to the bottom right side. He hits a drop kick, and then they start hitting the belly springboard splash like they normally do. This is where the one try to go for a pin, but he only got a 2 even count. Chad Gable rolled out of the ring. This is where Kofi keeps trying to pull on, grab on him, but this is where the referee's like, no, like let him take his breather. I don't know it was illegal to try to grab him right back in the ring. Like I did not know that, but but the referee sure said that it's all part of the DQ rules. I guess you could say this is where we got. And Kofi Kingston runs right to the left side, try to go for suicide, but he gets double handled by Gable. This is where he turned into a German suplex by the Olympian, the 2012 Olympian, and the leader of American Made. With him saying, we are American made. Thank you. And then it was no, thank you. That's what he was looking like, with him having a humongous cut on his head, which I don't know how that he got hit so hard to that point. Like maybe it was like some kind of a stiff mistake on the Kofi's end, like with him with that drop kick, I guess you could say. Not trying to throw any accusations. I'm just looking like in a realistic perspective, like if this is an accidental cut up wound in his forehead. But next up we got Chad Gable, was continuing his offense, in this where then. This is where the Chad Gable then bounced Kofi Kingston right to the bottom right corner side rope. He was trying to go for the rolling German suplex. This is where Kofi Kingston flipped out into a wheelbarrow roller. But this is where once he got the count of 2.1, this is where Chad Gable got him at 2.2. When he tried to do one of his own, this is where Chad Gable tried to go for a rolling kind of roll up. But this is where we got Chad Gable only got like a 2 count. But this is where Kofi goes for a crucifix pin. But this is where he only got a 2.1 again. This is where Kofi Kingston tried to go for a pin. But this is where he only got a 2 even. But this is where then we got Chad Gable trying to go for a pin. But he got 2 even as well. This is where Kofi Kingston tried to lay his back on Chad Gable's body until Chad Gable got right back up at 2 even as well. Just keep going like 2 even after 2 even after 2 even, with these roll-ups. This is where then we got Chad Gable about to hit a razor's edge onto Kofi Kingston. When he got back up, looked like about to go for a backslide. And this is where then he flipped him right over into like a DDT position in a dominator maneuver. This is where he tried to go for a pin, but this is where we got Kofi Kingston kicks out at 2.7, I believe. This is where the Chad Gable's like, oh, come on. And then this is where the Gable's like, okay, I'm not giving up, though. Like, this is where he Irish whips Kofi right into the bottom right side. He gets kicked right into the face. This is where the Kofi Kingston going up right up into a double axe handle, but he nearly caught him with a chop block, but this is where he still caught onto his leg, turned into the ankle lock, because he thinks he is the new Kurt Angle, because he was continuing to wear the American flag custom-made onesie gear, something like Kurt Angle would have wore like over 20 years ago. But once he got the ankle lock on the Kofi Kingston, he must have learned his past mistakes when he got hit with that maneuver, including a guy that was trying to be like the next Kurt Angle, but before he left and went to so many other companies, including one in particular, until he left that one. And I'm still wondering if he's going to be making that return. I'm not sure if I should be saying his name, but we're just going to have to see. But this is where we got Kofi Kingston going for the I'll say the little inside cradle pinfall. But this is where we got Chad Gable then kept count out of it. This is where we got Chad Gable going for the ankle lock. This is where we got the rest of the American Made that was from ringside, like Julius Creed, Brutus Creed, and Ivy Niles. Like, come on, Chad, like we got you. We know you got him. Like we know that you're gonna win this. Like, you're gonna win this. This is where Kofi Kingston got back up, roll flip, and did exactly what he did again. Like if he's Britney Spears. This is where the Chad Gable, like once he hit the turnbuckle, when he turned around, he gets hit with the SOS by the former WWE champion. This is where he tried to go for it, but this is where we got Chad Gable grab onto the ropes. But even if he didn't grab on the ropes, he would have. He still wouldn't have let Kofi get the 3 because he also kicked out while he grabbed onto the ropes and he pulled himself back on the outside on the right side at the last second of 2.9. This is where Kofi Kingston's like, yeah, not a 3 count, but close. This is where AJ was like, yeah, but close is not good enough. Like when him start speaking negative about his teammate, like he needs to do better. This is where we got a fan touch Kofi's back. I'm not sure why I even brought that up, but I just always have me wondering like what's up with the like wrestling fans start grabbing onto wrestlers' certain body parts. I mean, and I guess fine like if you shake the wrestler's hand like or give a high five to him or a fist tap, but really you got to touch like either the back or neck or leg or arm or even inappropriately touching, which that's mostly on the females, I should say. I guess you could say, which I don't understand what's the point of doing that, but yeah, that's. Yeah, but my whole point is like it's not really appropriate to touch, even if it's not the inappropriate areas. Like it's still like it doesn't seem right. But anyway, this is where we got Kofi Kingston going for this is where we got Kofi Kingston throw Chad Gable back in the ring, but this is where Julius Creed tried to go for a clothesline, getting involved, which that was probably not some idea from the American-made member because Kofi ducks out of the way. Xavier Woods go for a flying clothesline without any hesitation, like more than ever. This is where Kofi Kingston got back in the ring. This is where Chad Gable kicks him right in the gut. This is where the Chad Gable then tried to do so like a slick shot, like with I mean that was distracting. Thank you, referee, because he must cue her to do so. Just when she started doing it, like she did not know what to say, only just saying like she found something like that Kofi's doing that's helping him win. Is where the referee's like, "What are you talking about?" This is where you got Chad Gable trying to clothesline Kofi Kingston. This is where then he. This is where we got once Kofi Kingston. I had him to the right side. He was like just a pinch away from getting him into trouble paradise. But guess who cost him of doing that? Like thinking he was trying to help him. Yep, you guessed it. Mr. Xavier Woods trips over Chad Gable. That's why they say winners don't cheat and cheaters never win. Like and yeah, because Xavier was like, no, that's not what I was trying. This where I was saying to him. This is why I was thinking about. Then like you should have seen what was going to be the outcome, and if it's not going to be looking good, then you help Kofi out. Like just saying, like that, you didn't even need to do a cheap shot if it's not going to be in your favor, which it wasn't tonight. This is where Xavier was like, I'm so sorry, I'm really, really sorry. This is where Kofi Kingston look at him in the disappointment and the shame because he knew he had him won with the trouble in paradise. If Xavier Woods wouldn't meddle and interfere, thinking if he's a help when he's actually the complete opposite. Like, I'm not saying he's help, but he wasn't a help onto this match. Like, maybe if he actually was. Maybe if he was what's that? Like maybe perhaps if he was like just I wait for like another minute, like maybe he would have been a help in a way, like if that makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm making sense right here, but just saying. But yeah, let me know about this in the comments. Like, and do you think this is all on purpose or all just a misunderstanding accident? Let me know in the comments. But this is where they show Seth Rollins was a special guest at the Baltimore Ravens game, and he even took a picture with the former running back Mark Ingram, and did some other things like and chill out like. And then this one even took pictures and they got with the cheerleaders and then even Liv Morgan and Drew McIntyre and Pat McAfee was at the Indianapolis Colts game when they faced against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like the hype things up for the what's that called the Royal Rumble, which that's going to be on February 1st, 2025. And also, yeah, Drew McIntyre was holding a custom-made Indianapolis Colts championship belt, while Liv Morgan had her women's world championship on her hands. Like and this is where we got Big Bronson Reed was backstage, like with an interview with I believe with Jackie Redmond, if I'm not mistaken. Like what like you? And it's like that's where what he said, like in the interview, like with Jackie. He's like, yeah, yeah, I hear that Seth Rollins is coming back, like with these hype videos, like, and I took him out like a month ago, like, and then the next time, like, I did, yeah, like, but the next time when I take him out, like, or take anybody out in that matter, it's gonna take them years to feel life again. Like, and the apologies, like, to Braun Strowman as well for exposing you for the man that you actually are. Like, because I am the last monster standing. Because I am the true monster of Monday Night Raw. And his name is Big Bronson Reed. But anyway, this is where then we got that coming up. And let's just say it was like how like it was like basically when Braun Strowman took on that whale back 7 years ago. Yeah, that 7 foot whale, to be the exact. But we're going to talk about more about that when I'm talking about the main event, like, and recapping what exactly happened. But let's well, we got a vignette with the Wyatt Six, which I'm not sure what the message was. Like I wish I could recall like what exactly it was. The only thing it showed like is like someone that's dressed up like Sister Abigail, and it says it's an end in your is like we see your intent, anger, festering into rage. Like, do not go down this path, and and in the end is you're dismissed. And I'm not sure what exactly they meant with this message, with them like showing this along with a girl look like Sister Abigail, like at the end, like they showed that idea. But with this video, with this little message and words, like I don't know what they're referring to, but we're just gonna have to wait and see, like, and try to continue to speculate what these words can mean. But let me know about this in the comment section right down below on what's your opinions on to this matter. But next up, we got Taring General and the current world heavyweight champion and the master of the envy list. Like, for those guys over at the other company that mock him with a signature move, and that is Gunta, that came out and addressed the fans what's his thoughts on to Sami Zayn won't leave him alone, trying to ask for a title shot and stuff. And this is where they even show a rare match that was at a live event house show. They show a rare thing about they showed a rare thing in WWE, and that is showing a house show match where it was to promote Gunther, like when he defended his world heavyweight title against Ilya Dragunov that past Saturday in Columbus, Georgia, I believe. Yeah, that's where then we got. That's where we got Gunther then cut a promo saying like. He's like, yeah, the current world heavyweight champion here has been completely fantastic. Am I right? And then this is where fans are like, yeah, like you all right, something. And this is where Gunther continues like, yeah, I like every aspects of being the world heavyweight champion, ladies and gentlemen. And then this is where the fans are like, yeah, we do like. And this is where then Gunther's like, he was like, yeah, like being the top guy, the laundry. I mean, again. Like in the liturgy, like, but there's one thing that I hate, like about the life of the. That's one thing that's been down. Like, and it's the complete insults. Like I had to deal with Sami Zayn like every single week, like, just because I won't give him a world heavyweight championship. Like, I could not ask for anybody else, but I couldn't ask for nobody annoying as much as Sami is. That comes here like week for week, and then before he can even finish his statement about his future foe, like, or his the foe that he could potentially revisiting with, like, and that is Mr. Sami Zayn just came out to interrupt him, and he wants to say, like, I want to give you final last time to change your mind. This is where then he convinced him otherwise, and this is where I started doing the dance of joy, because it looked like he finally convinced Taring General to put his title on the line this Saturday at Bad Blood. This was Sami Zayn like, if you find it so annoying to deal with me every single week, like, what? like like it's a very easy way to put an end to all of this, like once and for all, Gunt, and that is accept my challenge. And it is where, and he's like, that's all you got to do. Like, and this was like, just give me what I keep asking for the last 3 weeks, and put your heavyweight championship on the line, 1-on-1 with me. And then this is where Gunther's like you got me really want. And that's where the same thing like, okay, like just admit it, like even you want to put this title on the line against me. Like just do it so we can get this over before it's even Saturday. And where Gunther's like do I really want to defend this title? Like I tried to tell you for once, I tried to tell you once, I tried to tell you twice, and I even told you thrice, and I even tried to beat it into you that you're not ready for this championship. Like, and you're just not on my level, and that's where fans start boo. Like they're like that don't even matter when it comes to somebody that's very dedicated and motivated of winning that belt. This is where Sami Zayn's up. Like I'm the one that beat you. Plus, I'm the one that beat you at WrestleMania. Like you're telling who's not ready. Like you think you're so much better, but I'm the actual one that did it. Like and you beat everybody in the last 2 years. From the past 2 years as Intercontinental Champion that's been given to you in this company. Like you beating future Hall of Famers. Like you beating former world champions. Like everybody. You knocked everybody down in WWE except for me. Like I was the one that did it. I'm the one that slayed you. I'm the one that ended you in your over 600-day reign with the Intercontinental Champion. And if you think you're so much better than me, the reason why I'm not giving you this match because it drives you crazy that I'm better than you, does it? Like, and that's where then, and he's like, and you know that. Like, if it was me versus you, Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, like, history, like, you're scared that will happen again and history will repeat itself. Like, well, like, I hate to break it to you, Gunt, like, it will happen. This is where Gunther's like, oh, yeah, you think I'm afraid of you? Like, I'm just afraid what I'm about to do to you. Like, I try to keep saying it, but I don't know if you're going to get that in your thick little insane mind. Is where then Gunther didn't look right back. He's like, but it looks like I'm about to play tough with you. And that's where fans start chanting, like, that's where they are chanting. The Gunther's like, please accept this, clap, 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 clap. And that's where fans start chanting for Sami and say, like, say yes, say yes. This is where Gunther's like, yeah, you know what, like, Sami, you're right on one thing. I am afraid. It is the same thing. Like I'm glad I can, I'm glad you finally see it my way. And this is where Gunther's like, but I'm not afraid of you. Like I am afraid for my own reputation. Like what I've been doing to all my victims as champion. Because after those legendary things that I did with the Intercontinental Championship, like losing to the better man would have been no problem. Like, but losing to a man that is no better than me, like, which, yes, sir, I'm referring to you, like, well, like, that's been the biggest embarrassment of my career. And I was like, I'm not sure if you can say the worst, but I was like, he's just as good as you are. Like he should be in the main event level, but that's a different conversation for a different day, I guess you could say, maybe this Saturday. But this is where we got Gunther was like, yeah, if I was I was not trying to embarrass you. I'm not trying to embarrass you and your family, but eventually, like that's what you did to me. Like you, because I was very confident that I was gonna beat you at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. So I fooled my family like for thinking that as well. But but the thing is, like when I won championship gold, I didn't parade around like you did. Like I showed it with dignity, something that you don't do to your championships reigns. Like, but once it was all done, like I went to the back, like, and and he's like, but when it was all done and you beat me, I looked face to face with my father, and then he stared at me with disappointment, saying, "What have you done?" Like, and then. And this is where he's like, and he also said, like, Kula? He's like, you performed like one of the most best matches in Philadelphia. Like he's like, he was speaking in his native language, which was Austrian. This is where he was. I was like, you perform in front of thousands of people in Philly right now, like, and like, but yet you came up short against Sami Zayn, and to make matters worse, you lost the championship that's that you have that's record breaking or something like that. Is where, and then this is where then he then continued. He's like, but you know what that means when he said it in his language? He's like, I had to look my father in the eye, and he asked me, son, like I flew all the way from, like I flew right to the outskirt of Philadelphia, like just to see you lose against a chump like Sami Zayn. That's what he was basically saying in his native language of Austrian. This is where then fans would boo like boo, like you really had to go there. This is where then Sami Zayn's like, yeah, like I mean, like I don't like I'm not gonna expect you to understand it because you used to see you fail like match after match after match. Like and he's like, and your family doesn't expect anything from you, but my family expects a whole lot like in everything from me. Because I am the golden goose in my family. And I was like, yeah, that explains why you mostly win rather than you lose. Like, because you're trying to do a perfect impression to your family. But even for that, like, you don't have to win every single match just to impress your family members. But yeah, it does feel nice and special to get a victory, like, in that at a very special place, like which that's the grandest stage of them all. And then I like this the way how they're booking this rivalry, like with from back at WrestleMania, like with because that's the best way to get Gunther to be convinced that he will give him a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. And also, yeah, like, and he wants to get some revenge onto that because his father flew all the way from their home country, was it? Like, and went right up into Philadelphia, like, to be in attendance, but just to see him lose. That's where Gunther's like, I am Gunther, like I am special, like, and I am something like that you never ever will be, like, and that is like the world heavyweight champion. And then this is where then Sami Zayn's like, oh, that's he's like, yeah, maybe you're right. Like, I don't always win my matches, but guess what I do? Like, I don't quit. Like, I pick myself back up and I try again. Like, I just keep moving forward. And then this is where the fans like, yeah, you tell it, Sammy. This is where Sammy says like, he was like, well, why don't you answer this question I have right here for you? Like, what did you do when you came up short against me right in front of your family? Like, you crumbled. Like, you just gave up. You, like, and it is what it is like, and when I did beat you, did you ever ask me for a rematch? Like, no, you did not. Like, I mean, like I can understand you on one hand because we don't give out automatic rematches no more. But because you, but, did you ask Adam Pierce for a rematch? You're like, no, I don't think so. Did you? And this is where Gunther's like, yeah, you have a point on that. But it's where Sami Zayn's like, yeah, you tucked your tail between your legs, you went off and left, and you hid like a coward, like you disappeared off of WWE television for months after months, like you didn't show your face here, because you couldn't show your face here. And then that's where Gunther was yeah, yo, like you're gonna be asking for it, but I'm not sure you're gonna like this. Is where Gunther gave him that mugging face. This is where Sami Zayn can do that. Right? And how did that make you feel? Like I get like, and then you felt, and you made your dad make you feel like a complete loser. They're gonna feel like, whoa, like you just completely went there. Like, I believe he's gonna get his wish, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be the way how he wants it. But it's where the Sami Zayn's like, I'm sure that your dad. And this was like, and how does your father feel that his son is a complete coward? And this was, I think that's what made him more triggered than anybody mocking him from the other company that does his knife edge chops. And this where it did so because he clobbered him with a clothesline right after he said that. That had me dying of laughter. I'm horrible for laughing, but it's very funny because me thinking about like this was worse than any of the wrestlers over at the other company that's mocking him with his own signature move, the knife edge chop. That's where then Gunther took off his dress shirt. That's where then he then continued to try to beat the ever loving daylights out of him. This is where he's like, oh, you want to mock me about my family? It's including my father. But this is where he's trying to whack him with a right hand. But Sami Zayn blocked it and started hitting right hands of his own, like boom, 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 just completely doing that to Gunther until he gets pushed right into the upper left side. But this is where he tried to close on, but Sami Zayn then caught him, tried to go for an exploder suplex, but he keeps messing up and botching the maneuver until he managed to go for a third attempt. He managed to slam the ring general. That's where he went right to the bottom right. Of course, Sami Zayn like, come on. I want to hit you with the Galuva kick, but this is where we got Gunther to go for a sleeper right onto the former Intercontinental Champion, trying to put him to sleep, and this is where then he turned into a Gunther bomb, and he stand up tall, and this is what had me wondering, like it seemed like that we will have this World Heavyweight Championship match, but it made it seem like if Sammy could pull off the impossible once again, like back 6 months ago, yeah, because it was in April, of course, and it's October, so yeah, like. I think they're gonna try to make it look like that, but then again, like Gunther looked like going to hold on to that title until the beginning of 2025. So I don't think this is a good idea to think that they should have any considerations of putting the title on it. It's already enough that Braun Breaker only had like an averagely short reign with the IC title, so we shouldn't be doing the same with Gunther. Like even though he would have an extra. Extra 2 weeks of his reign on there. But let me know about this in the comments below. Like, do you think this is a sign that we can see Sami Zayn could be winning, or do you think Gunther is going to retain, despite him being in the upper hand at the go-home show? I mean, sometimes, like, there's times that the wrestler like that stand up tall, I do also win the pay-per-view match as well. That's like usually like 1 time out of 10, like kind of situation though. But yeah, this is where Gunther then cut a post-match, a post-brawl promo, I guess you could say, where Gunther he had a few extra words to say to Sami Zayn, and that he's like, do you want it so bad, Sami? You really want this? You really want this so bad? Like this. This is where then he finally gave him his match. They're like, okay, you got your match. You convinced me. But only on this single condition of you trying to put my family involved in this. This is where he dropped the microphone right on top of Sami Zayn. Like, yeah, dude, we are going to finally have a match. I was like, yes, we finally got the match. And then this is where they made it confirm. And who do you think is going to win? Let me know in the comment section right down below. But it's very hard. I'm probably going to have to come up with some kind of a prediction right here. I would say they kind of teased that Sammy could, but I think that we could see Gunther could retain and we could do a rematch like at Crown Jewel perhaps, or maybe on a special edition of Raw in October. I don't know what the say right onto this note, but we will be seeing bad blood, like Sami Zayn versus Gunther, like it has been, because I'd say the only thing, I mean, not the only thing, what I'm saying, like, yeah, I'm very happy, like, that the rumors were true about this World Heavyweight Championship match is going to be happening, like, regardless of Gunther keep denying them every single time, every single week, but that's where they showed the vignette with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes again from a couple weeks ago, because it's the hype up bad blood. But we're going to move on. We're going to talk about the Awesome Truth was about to have their match against the Authors of Pain of the Final Testament. This is where we did get the match, and I did not expect what was going to happen at the end, which started off with R-Truth and Akam with them doing some John Cena similar moves like the shoulder block and then the back. Was that the spinning back suplex, like the 3 moves from the 5 moves of doom? This is where then he did the 5 knuckle shuffle. He was on his way to hitting the attitude adjustment. This is where the AOP then took over with Akam counters out of it, send him right to his corner. Like this is where then he tagged in his brother Razor. This is where they started going doing double, triple tags onto each other. They take turns beating the sugar honey iced tea out of poor R-Truth. And R-Truth got finally got into the back in the offense position. He gives the Miz a big old hot tag, like which we thought that the Miz was going to come in and start beating the hell out of each and every one of the members of the Authors of Pain. But this is where the Miz turned around and screamed in R-Truth's direction. He hits a spinning kick right to his head. I was not expecting. I was like, he just literally just did this. And this is where the Miz then ripped off his Awesome Truth shirt. He walked out of there. And I was like, I eventually thought that we were going to probably see a split like maybe later on in the year. But I did not know they were going to do it like on tonight's match in particular, even though they kind of teased that he could turn heel last week. But like they made that, but they finally did so. They made the heel turn happen this week. And this was very interestingly exciting, like in a way, like which we could see like a pretty entertaining feud between the R-Truth and the Miz. With R-Truth will be asking questions, but the Miz will always keep giving them the same answers, saying like it's you, and yelling at him and saying like you're the one slowing me down, like you're not you're keeping me from being like I am best, and that is being the most what's they call it, the most hated heel in the company, I guess you could say, and that hated heel will be like on top of his game and winning championship gold and a certain way to any kind of accomplishments. And I wouldn't put past if he tried to go after for the Intercontinental Championship with main event Jey Uso, but I think he'll come up short though, and it's gonna probably be months before he does tie Jericho's record of being the 9-time Intercontinental Champion. But anyway, this is where we got the Authors of Pain collected R-Truth. They did their suplex powerbomb double team majiggy maneuver and then this is where then the Miz walked out of there. They got the event likes chaos because he is Dr. Robotnik's brother, I guess you could say. I forgot his name, like from the Sonic Boom series. Like we're Eggman's brother. He has a brother, which I think he's probably that kind of brother, while Simon's Dr. Robotnik / Eggman. And then yours truly is the shadow of the wrestling chaos, I guess you could say. But anyways, let me know about this in the comment section right down below though. And I'll say, despite this, I don't think he's going to join the Final Testament. But do you think so? I don't know. Like, unless they're continuing to feud Truth, and then we can even see Braun Strowman can help out R-Truth in the mix, like of things. But I think it'll probably be some kind of a tag team feud with R-Truth and Braun Strowman versus Karrion Kross and the Miz, I guess you could say. But the thing is, I just don't see him being a Final Testament member. I just maybe be an ally because like they both don't like Braun and R-Truth because they think they're just a couple of waste of time and breath, I guess you could say. Next up, we got the main event was about to head its way because it's the monster last monster standing match. Let me rephrase that, but I'm gonna get to that right here, right now. Like which they didn't waste no time. Like, and it was like 7 years ago. But between when Strowman took on another monster, but it was more like a 7-foot whale. That's now at the other company, I guess you could say. But this is where we got but before we got the match started, like with I believe Bronson Reed already been out there. This is where we got a backstage interview with Gunther with what's her name, Kathy Kills. Anyway, he was like, hey, your World Heavyweight Championship match, like it's gonna be happening next week. How you feel about that, Gunt? And this is where Gunt's like yeah, like how I feel. Yeah, what? He was like how? Like you mean like how do I feel? Like you should be asking how the guy is feeling who I just squashed down how he's feeling. And then before he can even finish his sentence, this is where then he spotted Braun Breaker coming face to face. And this is where Braun Breaker then teased this babyface turn that has been rumored to be speculated, where the fans start barking like, when they saw him right backstage. Is where Braun Breaker was like, yeah, hello, Gunt. Like, long time no see. Like, it was like, and I... He's like, I'm so sorry. Like like I just want to see a closer look onto that belt, like see it for myself. Like yeah, that's a good looking championship. Gunter starts smiling like, haha, like oh, like you really like you really are a badass. Like I gotta give credit to you. And again, I hope you do win the Intercontinental Championship. Like like next to me, like I think you're the second best, greatest Intercontinental Champion in WWE right now. And this is where Braun Breaker starts smiling. Like yeah, that's right. Like that's absolutely correct. And he was like, like like, but but I think you're gonna be seeing me more sooner than you think. And then this is where Gunter was like, "What's that supposed to mean?" He's like, "You like yeah, that's supposed to, that." He was like, "That's supposed to be a challenge." And then I made a huge blunder here because I said it's gonna be a Bad Blood, the World Heavyweight Championship match, but it's actually gonna be on next Monday on Raw. It's gonna be Gunter defending his World Heavyweight Champion against Sami Zayn, likely at WWE Raw, like on October 7th, I believe. Yeah, which they're going to be moving over to 2 hours. Rumor has it, which I believe that most likely will be on for 2 hours. Which this will probably be the last time we're going to be making a review like on the show for 3 hours until January 25 when they move to Netflix. When they go back to 3 hours, and I think that's what's going to be the same week when SmackDown's going to be when the same week that SmackDown's going to be 3 hours as well, because rumor has it on January 2025 that's also going to be 3 hours. So we're going to probably be doing some two WWE shows that are going to be 3 hours, while NXT stays as 2. But next week they also showed that Sheamus will also face Pete Dunne in a Donnybrook street fight match, along with Jey Uso facing Xavier Woods for the Intercontinental Championship. They're already stacking the card up like if it's still going to be 3 hours, but it's probably going to be 2 hours next week, like if the speculations and rumors are true. But this is where we that's where we do get the match. It's where we got it started with yeah, both monsters not waiting no time at all, just trying to wreck each other to pieces, like millions and billions and even trillions of pieces. Like if they're like the wrestling, like if they're the wrestling, what they got, like they're wrestling Godzilla and King Kong, like with Big Bronson Reed sending Braun Strowman right into the LED screen, right, and then body splashed him right onto it. That's where they try to bring him back into the arena, but this is where Braun Strowman start fighting back with him with a steel chair, like boom, let's whack him. And this is where he put him right on top of this box-like structure, right on top, like about that's like 4 feet tall. That he put him right on top of it. He slammed him right in the back with the steel chair. That's where Braun Strowman trying to choke slam. Picks up the 300-pounder, try to choke slam the monster. That's where the big monster try to choke. I mean, they try to what's that called? Try to rake the monster of all monsters. His eyes, picks him right up on the shoulders. It's where he's about to hit my finishing maneuver, which is the most dominating move in all of professional wrestling, and that is the Death Valley Driver, which I would call it the Sass Valley Driver. I was very happy that Bronson Reed hit this maneuver. I'm not sure if he on Braun Strowman though, like because I am also a Braun Strowman fan as well, but this is where the fans are like, holy sugar honey iced tea, like holy sugar honey iced tea repeatedly. That's where the referee was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's where they got up like around the count of 6, I believe, at the same time, like with the monsters, like then went back to the arena, like when Braun Strowman knocks him and closed on him so hard, he made him fly right over the barricade, flipping right into the inside, back into the inside of the ringside area. That's where Braun Strowman then slammed him face first right into the ring post. Then he brought him right to some of the steel steps on the upper left side. That's where then he picks him up right. He put him right onto the corner, right into the right side, like with him grabbing him around his neck. He finally hits the chokeslam because it was a guarantee, because he tried to go for it for the first time. And I believe that's his signature move, if I'm mistaken. And this is where it did so. This is where he still got back up from taking such a bump. This is where But this is where once they were back up, this is where Bronson Reed was back in control. Irish whip Braun Strowman right to the bottom right corner side barricade. He has a crossbody right onto the monster. This is where he knocked him right down. This is where he started shouting at the referee, like, cow! And then this is where he started counting, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and this is where Braun Strowman got up at 7.5. This is where Braun Reed's like, how is he still up? Like, this is where he's like, I'm the true monster. This is where he knocked him over into the far back barricade that's blocking or guarding the fans into the audience. Like, he broke that in half. It's like boom, and Joe Tessitore, like, he just did not just do that. And then this is where Wade Barrett's like, yes, I believe he did. And then yes, I believe he did. Or so, like the way he had this deep British accent, it sounds more deeper than Will Ospreay's. But anyway, this is where they're like, oh my God, like, yeah, like this looks very horribly painful. This is where fans start continuing their holy sugar and the iced tea chants. Hopefully Indiana knew that they're the guys that was working in the snack bar in Indiana, which I believe they probably do, because they probably watched the Madagascar movie, which they were chanting holy sugar and the iced tea, and they weren't talking about the ice cold refreshing beverage. But anyway, this is where they eventually got back up. This is where Bronson Reed to try to continue. Once he got back up at like the count of 4 or 5, this is where we got security trying to get back Braun Strowman up. It seemed like that he don't have a chance of getting right back up. But it seemed like they were kind of wrong for that. Because once they got him right back, this is where Braun Strowman tried to get back up, but he gets attacked by Bronson Reed. He gets thrown right onto the back in the ring. He tried to get him with a simple generic tsunami splash right onto the monster, which he had him out for like half of a decade worth of count, I guess you could say. This is where Bronson Reed's like, come on, count to 10, ref. Like, hurry up, get in the ring. I want you to count to 10. I'm winning this damn thing. This is where And this is where Bronson Reed's like, all right, I'm having enough of this. Like, you're not listening to me. This is where he started attacking the referee. Then he started attacking the security guard. This is where Adam Pearson came out there. He was totally pissed off about this. This was like you're going way out of control. This is where, after attacking the referee, throwing him, it's like I told you to not worry about the barricade. You can worry about that later. This is where then he tried to attack Adam Pearce, with him nearly punishing him, with him shouting in his face. He was like, what the hell is your problem? This is where he pushes him. This is where brother's like, did you put your filthy hands on me? This is where he shouted right at him, which I started dying with laughter because I'm such a horrible individual right now for laughing at this. This is where the Bronson Reed's like, you just put your filthy, disgusting hands on me. You know what happens when somebody do that to me? This is where then luckily the security guard and the producers were coming in to hold him back. We saw Jason Jordan, obviously, because he's now a producer in WWE right now. But this is where the security guards also stepped in and started breaking this fight up. This is where Adam Pearce is like, you're lucky you're in the match, or else I would have you suspended right now. This is where we got Braun Strowman went up right on the top rope, crossbody on everybody that was away from Adam Pearce, all the security guards, the referees, the producers, and Bronson Reed himself, jumping right. This is the first time I saw Braun Strowman did a crossbody off the top rope. I'm like, Braun Strowman just literally did that, even though he had everybody to break his fall. But how did he run up right on top and then fly? I expected some impossible stuff happening, but not this one to be one of them. When the fans start chanting "Holy Sugar, Honey, Iced Tea" even more than they were before when Bronson and Braun was destroying each other. When Braun Strowman hit the choke slam right onto Bronson Reed off the announce table, and then with Bronson Reed body tackling him twice on the barricades, and did my finishing maneuver on top of the box-like structure onto the bottom left side's audience, with the Death Valley driver right through a table. But yeah, this is where everybody was down. This is where there was no referee until they got a replacement referee coming out there to count. This is where And he was about to be Bronson Reed. I was about to win because he immediately got back up. I got the count of 5. This is where the referee's like, oh no, he got up at the count of like 3 or 4. This is where he started counting to 5 and 6 when the one big old SOB just got back up. And like at the count of 7, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, 8. It was 8 actually. This is where Braun Strowman's like, yeah, you cannot take me down. This is where he ripped up his one big SOB shirt up. This is where he's like, you're not taking me down. Like you SOB. This is where then he throws him right back in the ring. This is where it was about to do some total destruction on him. This is where he tried to go up on the top rope and hit his version of a tsunami. But this is where Bronson Reed to try to take a page out of his playbook when like what Braun Strowman did to the 7-foot whale 7 years ago, which that. It seemed like it's always a 7-year thing. Well, maybe it could be 6 years because it happened to with Mark Henry and as well, along with Brock Lesnar. What was about to happen next, like which y'all would not believe. Y'all would never thought this would have happened. But I should have known this was going to happen. I think I kind of even predicted this. I was I wouldn't put past that we could see Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman could be on the top rope and hit an avalanche suplex, which that's what happened. And it made the whole ring explode. It even made the referee fell down with the security guard. Laying out, like with him going for a suplex, it made the whole ring explode. Like the ropes the ring post that hold up the ropes went down and collapsed. Like it was like back in 2003 with Brock Lesnar and the Big Show, and then it was like 2011 with Mark Henry and the Big Show, and then 2017 with Braun Strowman and the Big Show. But then like hitting the suplex and then made the whole ring explode. And then fans were chanting "Holy Sugar" and the Iced Tea again. That's where we saw like Bronson Reed look like he was about to win. Like with the referee was counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was some guy that had some like black hair and some stringy blonde hair, and I was like, like it cannot be. This is where he went right into he slid right into the bottom side. This is where like looked like both men were trying to get back up, but Bronson looked like he was about to be the one that was going to be victorious. But we got the interference, and there was none other than the visionary himself, Seth Rollins, that came out in the ring, where Joe Tessitore was the first guy to notice him, saying, "Wait, that's the visionary! Like what? Like he's back before he can even before we can sing a song or something like that, or say before we can even say whoa or something like that." This is where he came in the ring. He hit a curb stomp right on the Bronson Reed, right through the stem of the steel steps. Face first, knocking him down for the count. That's where we got the referee counting either fast or he just continued to count, even though he didn't even care that Seth Rollins was there to hit the curb stomp, even though he shouldn't care. But he should have redid the count, but he wanted to be quick to end this match more sooner. So he counted he was like 7, 8, and that's when Braun Strowman got back up, where Braun Strowman still was down, like with his head first, right on the symbol of the steel steps. And this is where he counted all the way to 10. Winner of this last monster standing match is the monster of all monster himself, Braun Strowman. Roar. And then something tells me we will be seeing some kind of a short-term feud between the big monster and the visionary of Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed, because he hit him with 6 tsunamis to make a name for himself, which I believe it worked, but it also cost him this match against Braun Strowman, which is the biggest match of his career, I guess you could say, and the most highlighted match of his career, because this is the main event, and this is a no DQ last monster standing match, which I believe all last man standing matches are no DQ, but this is like a monstrous version of it, like with them just killing each other and destroying the ring and the ringside area, not to mention. But yeah, this match totally gets the match of the night. This was the best monstrous match that I've ever seen in my life, I guess you could say. Like for being a wrestling fan for years and years, like for the past decades, this was the best one I have ever watched, and this definitely getting 5 stars as well as itself. Like, I'm not sure if the whole show would get 5 stars, even though this was really good. Like, this whole show, like, in general, they outdid themselves once again. Like, and no wonder they're selling out tickets, like, for shows after shows after shows, because this show in particular was also really good. Like for the last year of them booking some really great Monday Night Raw shows, with this one being the best one they ever made, yet, I guess you could say. And yeah, this is where Braun Strowman ended with him winning, with him falling over on the ground. Is where Seth Rollins then looked face to face with Braun. Where he's like, "Hey, you think I forgot, huh? Like, well, the dancing and the singing is over because I want my revenge on you. Like, you put me on the shelf for the last like 6 to 8 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. This is where he's like, and now I'm gonna put you back on the shelf for that long, if not 8 months or something like that, or blah blah blah. And yeah, and when do you think they're gonna have their first match? Which I think they're gonna have their first encounter with each other, like in the start of the rivalry, probably next week. But that's what we're probably going to be seeing when the match is going to be taking place. But let me know what y'all's opinions on the matter of this in the comment section right down below. But yeah, Monday Night Raw, they totally did a really great job, like with their heel turn and then the tease of another teammate's heel turn, or another fellow tag team that's going to be teasing the heel turn probably in November. We also see in a heel turn like in the tag team split. We also saw a really good women's match like with Zoe Stark in it, finally seeing that she could potentially be pushed. And we also saw the World Heavyweight Championship match being confirmed, even though it's not on Bad Blood. It's rather than on next week's Raw. And then we saw that Braun Breaker could potentially turn babyface and even go after for the World Heavyweight Championship, which I wouldn't doubt that if it happens like right after like Sami Zayn is done feuding with the Ring General. And we also saw some pretty good hype up with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, with their promising what they're going to do with one another when they get inside the steel demonic structure. And the Women's World Championship match and the Finn Balor versus Priest match. Like, that was really interesting. Which we can finally see that the former Judgment Day members and the Territories can finally get their full revenge on the Balor and Morgan. Like, with Rhea could win the Women's World Championship back and Damian Priest getting the victory over him and trying to go back for his World Championship. No matter who it is, like whether if it's a Sami Zayn, whether if it's a Gunther, or whether if it's even Braun Breaker, he probably will be trying to find a way to get the World Heavyweight Championship match, which I believe most wrestlers are doing that. They're trying to get that world title. It's starting to look more prestigious than the WWE title on SmackDown. That Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, Solo, and everybody on SmackDown is trying to fight for. Like, they're actually making the titles mean something more than they ever did before. Like that's the whole point of them competing in the squared circle. Along with being in some really good matches and for their amusement as well, along with the fans, of course. But yeah, let me know about this this episode of Monday Night Raw in the comments below. But I did not see no problem about the show. Like, and this is my podcast video that I'm talking about it on. So I'm gonna give it about 5 stars. Why not? Like, it's very rare for me to give it 5 stars, but I'm gonna give it on last night's Raw. Like, they definitely did a total fantastic job. Like, I hope that the post-show Raw does be just as good as this one, like, which is gonna probably be on 2 hours, which I'm gonna feel bad that there's not gonna be an extra hour because like this is when you want it to be 3 hours, because like it's at its best right now, and it's something that you like, and you want to give everybody on the roster some TV time. Like, there's no point of getting them off, taking an hour off, like if it's gonna jeopardize any other extra guys that needs that extra hour to shine and get some TV time, like to be in matches or segments or trying to make a name for themselves, like for the fans as entertainment. Like they need they need that nostalgia. They need that what's they call it, need that that extra time to shine, if that makes sense, of course. Like, so I'm not sure if this was a good idea, but the USA would want that if they want to renew it, then they're gonna have to be for 2 hours, because like their deal originally expired on this month in October, but they're gonna extend it for another 3 months until January when they move to Netflix. And that's when they're going to finally be back to 3 hours, and then we're going to see some more great news. Even though, like, some say like that's too much time, but for me and my brother, we would like to see both Raw and SmackDown be 3 hours. That would be perfect to watch. Like, watch the main shows on WWE be more longer, and because the booking of it is very interesting and entertaining, and yeah, something that you do not want to miss when it comes to you being a wrestling fan. But But yeah, I guess that's it for today's video, and I can hardly wait for Bad Blood this Saturday and for next week's Raw because it's gonna be a total banger, like, and it's gonna continue like every week. But the shows are like 4.5 stars rather than 5, so it's not like I'm keep giving them 5 stars. I'm just looking at it in a way like what was good about it and what's the issues, what was the bad thing about the show, which I didn't really see much of anything bad about it. Like, they did a real good job. Like, unless you want to count Rey Mysterio's botch, but he manages to redo it. But what Xavier Woods doing an excellent job selling the maneuver, and not sandbagging it and trying to make Rey Mysterio look bad. But yeah, other than that, like, I think they did a really good job. They did a one hell of a performance on every single match and segment. Like, every wrestler on the show, I'm not trying to pick all of them as my favorites or like favoritizing them and trying to overcompensate. It's just the fact they knew exactly what to do, like, when it comes to these segments and matches. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys to decide what y'all's opinions are in the comment section right down below. And I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. And if so, please make sure to feel free to hit the big thumbs up button and subscribe and the post notification bell for more SNA content videos. And make sure to check out my NXT review video where I'm gonna be talking about the season premiere when season premiere of the show being on the CW network, which it will be the first episode live in Chicago, Illinois, in the State Farm Arena, with Roxanne Perez will defend her women's championship against what's her name? Against Julia, the upcoming, the arrival of Julia. And then we're going to be seeing Trick Williams will try to win back his NXT championship against the current champion, All Legal Ethan Page, as CM Punk is going to be the special guest referee in his hometown of Chicago. And yeah, it's going to be very tremendous. Like, I'm not sure which match should main event the show. Like, that's very hard. They're both main event worthy matches. Like, I want to see both of these main event the match, but we only have one match to main event tonight's show. Like, which maybe it could be like Roxanne versus Julia, where we could see her could become the new NXT Women's Champion, which that's on my prediction. I would say Trick Williams could do the same, and we could see a title change here. But All Ego Ethan Page has been doing such a terrific job as well as NXT champion, just like how Trick Williams was. I would like to see him have a lengthier reign, but then again, I want to see Trick Williams finally get his chance of winning. I don't think that Ethan Page would suffer any credibility for losing the NXT championship, because I guess because we can still see him get some rematch, and he could still have his edge. And no, I'm not talking about Adam Copeland because he's over in the other company, of course. But yeah, he's not like he's gonna lose anything from his his charisma and his momentum. Like, he could still easily get a rematch like at Halloween Havoc without him being buried whatsoever. But yeah, but let me know about this in the comments below, and I'm gonna let you guys go for now right here. Like, and I hope for you guys will have a wonderful and safe Tuesday afternoon, and I'll see you all in the next video with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye bye, my assassinators. And did anybody expect Seth Rollins to make that return last night? Please let me know in the comments about that as well. Like, I'm so happy to see the Visionary back. Like, I thought I would never see him again until like 2025. But yeah, like they say never, or never rule out anything in the world of professional wrestling. But until we meet again, yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.